Okay, hey, Jeff here. I wanted to do another, I guess you call this another thread. Now, in this case, there's actually no music to show. This is for Richard McCook, and it is 10 questions for vinyl community video makers. We got 10 questions. I'm going to try to do this quickly and not ramble a lot. So, number one, what is more important to you, views or subscribers? Now, obviously, when you start a channel, you want subscribers because subscribers tend to equal views in your mind. However, I have since realized I've been doing videos now for about 2.5 years, and my subscriber count, has slowly been climbing recently, which is exciting. It's exciting to have more subscribers, but I realize now that I'd rather have engagement. I'd rather have people watching the videos. You could have 1,000 subscribers, and it should be that we all try to support each other in the vinyl community. And so you go and you subscribe to people's channels, and their numbers go up, and that helps. It helps with a lot of things. It helps YouTube think that they've got a follower and everything. But you may not watch their videos as much, only because maybe what they show is not as much to your liking. So what you really want is people who are going to watch your videos and engage with you. So you could have 1,000 subscribers and only 50 people watching. What good is that? You really, in my mind, I really want more people watching. So when I get an average, if I've got 500 and some subscribers, but I'm getting an average of about 100 views per video, then that's telling me I've got 100 hardcore subscribers that are watching. For the most part, yes, I'd rather have people that are engaging with me, that are commenting, and I've made a lot of friends that way, communications with people, and back and forth. So I appreciate that the most, regardless of how many subscribers. Really, to me, and this first question's going rambling on way too long. To me, this is more like therapy. I don't have a lot of friends in my local area that I talk to about this stuff, that understand music like I do, that are into this kind of music I do. So this is a chance for me to talk about what I love, to get it out there. If people watch, great. If not, I've got it off my chest, and the therapy is out there, and it's done. So I am thankful for those who are watching and engaging, and that's the most important thing, regardless of how many people on my little ticker show how many have subscribed. Number two, do you have an optimal length for videos? I will say, I have been trying to keep my videos under 10 minutes. Again, you look at the YouTube statistics of how much minutes your videos are being watched, and you see that on an average people watch 5 to 8 minutes, then you realize doing a 20-minute video every time is not beneficial. They're turning off before they get to the 10-minute mark. I do find that videos that are shorter get more views. So the shorter, I think, the better. The statistics on YouTube prove that to be the case. People tend to watch shorter videos, or watch shorter time frame on videos. Number three, is it a chore to make videos, or are you addicted? And or do you still get nervous making videos? It's not a chore. I've been doing it for 2.5 years. To me, again, it's like therapy. I get the stuff off my chest. I love rambling on and talking and sharing about the stuff I love. I love sharing the information I have in my head. Sometimes I spout off the wrong information, but it's still just great to get it out. I don't get nervous. I'm not really much, I don't mind public speaking and things along that line, so I don't really have any nervousness with that. The only nervousness I get is if I'm going to fumble around and say something stupid, but that's what editing's for, right? That's why I edit my videos, because a lot of times you say stupid things. So, yes, no, at this point, it's not a chore. There are times I go through ruts where I'm just like, and maybe it's just mood swings. I don't feel like doing one. I don't feel like doing one. I don't feel like it. And you may go a day or two or three like that. And then there are other times where I'm like, let's do something. So, yeah. At this point, that's where I stand. Number four, how do you react to bad or negative comments on your videos? Okay, in the 2.5 years or so that I've been doing videos, I will have to say I haven't had a lot of negative comments to deal with. I do have a person, it seems like at least one person that gives a thumbs down, and this has only been recently in the past couple months, where every video gets 1 thumbs down. I don't understand that. I'd rather have a negative comment that tells me what you don't like, than to just give a flyby thumbs down with no explanation of, what I do wrong. I don't know. I think some people just have that thumbs down click and they don't really want to engage. I'd rather have somebody engage with something negative where I can address it, but I haven't really had any issue with that at this point. Most all of the interactions I've had with people has been positive, and I'm glad I haven't had any of those people. I hear horror stories of people who can be quite, rude, snobby, but I have yet to run into that, and so I'm thankful for that so far. Number 5, do you ever buy records just to show on your channel? Absolutely. I don't necessarily go out with the idea of I've got to go buy something to show because I haven't done a video in 2 days. I don't do that. But I may be out and about looking and see an album that I probably maybe would never have bought. But then it dawned on me, so-and-so showed that album. It would be so cool to say, hey, look, I found one. But when you end up doing that, you end up buying albums that are probably not things that are going to be as cherished in your collection. I have mentally, in the past couple months, really since the start of the year, really determined to be more restricted in my purchasing, to be more, to look for things that are more, things that I want in my collection. Not just buy stuff for the sake of buying. Now, I bought the other day, I bought the Herb Alpert album as a kind of as a joke. Hey, I got one. Everybody has to have one. I've listened to it twice so far, and I kind of dig it. It's not like, but it's not probably something that's going to get as much play as another album. So, did I really need it? But again, it's a thrift store price. It was, little to nothing. It wasn't a big investment. But I would have a hard time going out and investing any real money in an album just for the sake of showing it. So I don't really think I do that. I think that sometimes I might buy something that maybe I would have passed on just so that I can, for some reason, connect it with the video that I was making. So I would have to say, yes, I'm guilty, but I'm trying to control that. Number 6, how would you like to improve your channel? More subscribers. No, wait a minute. We answered that already. I see other people making videos, and I see some people that do some really neat things and some really interesting things. I also see people who just take off with subscribers and views. And I look at some of the things and to try to think, what is it that I am lacking that they have? What can I maybe emulate that might be attractive to more people? Honestly, I don't know if there's really an answer in my situation. It'd be neat to have some kind of little niche. Some people tell stories, some people do little plays type things, or, little quirky things, interactions, the way that they, it's not just some guy rambling. I do try to edit my videos for A, cutting out the junk, and B, reducing the time of the videos. I have started doing that a little more excessive than just talking and leaving it all there, which some people do, and they have great success with that. I think the biggest problem that my channel suffers from, that there's not a whole lot I can do to improve it this way, is the content. I listen to a lot of hard rock, I listen to a lot of heavy metal, and I listen to a lot of Christian music. And those are only going to be interesting to a certain group of people. The people that I see that are excelling in the thousands, over 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000, tend to be wide range of music. They tend to be stuff that more people may be interested in. Not so much the hard rock and the metal, maybe more the jazz and the pop. So those type of things I'm probably never going to excel in that. But then I look at some people who have been doing it for many years, and they're up there in the 2,000s and 3,000s, and it just takes time. So I think there is an audience. I think it's just getting into it. And I think that there's so many people in the VC these days that people are a little more selective of who they watch. So there's always going to be that problem. And so I don't think there's a lot that I can do to improve it. I try to make quality videos. I try to be engaging, and I try to talk without rambling too much and edit it to keep it short. So my goal is really to kind of shorten the videos to make it more palatable for a wider range so people don't get bored and cut off quicker. So that's kind of the way that I'm seeking to improve. Number 7, what are your thoughts on live streams? There are a lot of those happening now. I have been engaged in, like Rachel has, that's kind of her thing. And I have jumped on a couple of those, and it's beneficial and it's neat. I think a lot of times, it depends on the live stream, but a lot of times when you've got a lot of people on there, it becomes kind of chaotic. You can't really hear people. They're talking over each other. So there is a part of it that's kind of less controlled. I don't engage in them as much because it's just really a time thing. I like them in the sense that it's neat to be on there. You know, if it's a more one-on-one, like Rachel does the interviews, and that's always nice because it's kind of it's like it's an interview. It's two people. So I think in smaller numbers, it's good. I think when you start getting 4, 5, 6 people on there, it can become a little hard to kind of keep the chaos and noise down. The other thing about live streams are they tend to be really long. So I'll be scrolling through my subscription and it'll be like, so and so did a live stream and it's 4 hours long. I've watched a couple where, you get 4 guys on there and they're talking about, well, like the one with Chris Brophy and Aaron and Pete and all them, where they're talking about Kiss and they're less than an hour. And I'll sit through that because it's a topic that I like and it's people that I like. I like them if within reason and if they're kept to a reasonable time and or topic and or a smaller group of people. Number 8, what is your most viewed video and am I surprised at that? Well, as it stands right now, my most viewed video is a room tour that I did in August of 2020. I'm not so surprised because I think people like those. They like to see your setup. I guess I'm a little surprised it's grown to 1,900 views. Most of my videos average about 100. They start to go over 100. I'm really excited. I've had some ones recently that were, 200, 300 views. So I feel like that's really cool. But 1,900 views, and we are talking, hasn't been quite a year, August of last year. But that's a topic that a lot of people, I think, watch and jump on. The other one that I think that was a little surprising was when I did one for Record Store Day and last year for me. The Record Store Day video took off. I mean, it was hundreds and hundreds of views in the first couple days. So yeah, that one was kind of a surprise. I didn't realize there was that much interest. So I was thrilled about that. But most of them don't go that high. Number 9, have you ever made a video where you weren't wearing trousers? I would have to say, as of right now, no. Because, I mean, I could stand up and you could see, well, I guess you could never see him if I stood up. So I guess I could get away with it, but I haven't tried that yet. I don't know. No need, but I guess it'd be possible. I mean, it's like, why not? You will never see that. Number 10, last question. How long do you intend to make videos? I don't have an intention for either way. I'll make the videos until I get bored doing it. I see people who I used to watch when I first got into these that all of a sudden just stopped, and you don't know why. It's not like they make a final video saying, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm done. Most of the times you don't hear that. A lot of times they just stop. And it could just be life getting in the way. It could be a lot of things. Sometimes you wonder when these people they made a video that seemed like they were engaged in doing the thing, and then all of a sudden they stop making videos. I don't know these people personally enough. Are they still with us? Are they around? Did something happen? That's the kind of stuff that you get kind of concerned with. It's like maybe something happened to these people. There was a channel I was watching a lot. They made cool videos. They had a contest. I entered the contest. A lot of people entered the contest, and then all of a sudden, and you all might know who I'm talking about, all of a sudden a little video popped up that just had words saying that due to, it was something kind of cryptic, but it's basically due to unforeseen problems, this channel and contest is over and the channel is stopped. And to my knowledge, they never came back. You don't know what the situation is, but at least they tell you, hey, something happened, we're done. So when people just disappear, it kind of makes you wonder. Some people may disappear for a long time and then come back, and that's always neat to see. At this point, unless something happens to me, I don't have any intended plans on stopping. I'll do it as long as it's fun. I'll do it as long as I have stuff to show and as long as people are interested. And if not, I'll do it still if you're not interested. So, yeah, I just plan on doing it until it becomes a chore. And at this point, it's not. And so, yeah, I have no plans. We'll see how it goes. Something happens, something happens. But as of right now, I'm having fun with it. And I'm glad that people are watching and commenting. And I'm thankful for the friends I've made. So I'll be here until something happens. So. And I'll try to let you know if I decide to stop. And if I just disappear and stop making them, There's a lot of things different now, though, because nowadays a lot of people are connected in multiple platforms. I have friends that are YouTube video makers that I'm also friends with on Instagram and Facebook. So obviously you don't have a feed on YouTube where if they've disappeared for a couple of days, there's nothing on their YouTube channel that's going to say, hey, something happened. But you bounce over to their Facebook and you'll see, hey, they posted something saying, I'm sick, or this is happening, or I'm blah, blah, moving, or out of town, or going through a hardship. So you can learn a little bit about them. So I think there's a little more contact there. But honestly, with YouTube, you have a lot of people you subscribe to that you may not be friends with in other platforms. And so when they disappear, you never really know. At this point, I have no plans either way. I'm here until I'm not. So that's it for now. Thanks, Richard, for this engaging look into vinyl community video makers, and hope this was entertaining. And I will talk to you later. Rock on.